Your bills are covered. You have a little extra money at the end of the month. So what do you actually do with it? This is the exact moment where you decide if you build real wealth or if you quietly let it slip away. Most people waste their money without even realizing it, but you're not going to be one of those people. Today I'm going to give you a step-by-step exact order of what to do with that extra money once all your bills are handled. Extra money is not fun money by default. Extra money is your opportunity to buy yourself something better than just stuff. You're going to buy yourself freedom. Now, I'm not just saying to never have fun, because I love to have fun and I love to spend money and I love to buy things. But we'll get to the fun part in just a minute. But the women who build security are the ones that give that extra money a job before it disappears. So here's my step-by-step rules of operation for what to do with that extra money when you have it. Step 1, make sure you have a budget. Before you do anything extra with that extra money, make sure it's actually extra. If you don't know your numbers, you're guessing. Make sure you know exactly what's coming in and what's going out. Step 2, get your sinking fund in place. This is money set aside to cover all your non-monthly bills that you know are coming due. Like your car registration, maybe your water, your garbage, your sewer, auto insurance. Make sure your sinking fund can cover all those bills throughout the year. If you want the full breakdown on this, I'll list the video below on sinking funds. But this is very important to have. This will cover you. Those bills are going to be due at some point, and a sinking fund gets you ready for those bills before they arrive. And this even includes Sam's Club, Costco, any annual subscriptions or memberships that you have should be part of your sinking fund if you pay these. If you pay any bill throughout the year, that needs to be part of your sinking fund. Step 3 is to have a small emergency fund of $1,000. So this is not your large 3 to 6 month emergency fund. This is $1,000. To have $1,000 saved and put aside could cover or mostly cover any small non-emergency that you have, and it won't take you right to a credit card. This will help you out. Guarantee. There's so many people out there nowadays saying that $1,000, that's not enough. It's something. If you didn't have anything saved, you'd be in worse shape. So to have $1,000 saved where you could put that to a new refrigerator that just died on you and you need to run out and buy another one that's $1,200, that $1,000 covers most of it. So if you only have to use the credit card for $200, that's way better than using the credit card for $1,200. So save $1,000, have it set aside for those small emergencies. This is the starter emergency fund. Step 4, attack your debt. And when I say attack, I mean attack. Attack that debt with every single penny you have. Don't just stick to the minimums. You need to put every red cent you can find on this debt. You need to pay it off as fast and as quickly as you can. You need to sell stuff. You need to donate plasma, get a second job. You need to find that extra money to attack your debt. You will never get out of debt if you pay the minimums. It will take you a lifetime. This is the step that's going to change your whole life. So don't skip past this step. Attack your debt. Make it a priority and get started on it today. Step 5. Now build up that emergency fund. You're going to take that $1,000 you already had in your emergency fund and you're going to add to it. And you're going to keep going until you have 3 to 6 months of your expenses. So look, how much do you spend in 1 month? If you lost your job tomorrow, how much money would you need to cover your monthly expenses? Add that up, figure it out, and then take that amount times 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever you want to comfortably have. I like to have the 6 months. If something were to happen and I lost my job, I don't want to have to stress about anything. So if I can't find a job, even within a few months, I know I'm still gonna be okay because I have 6 months of my expenses covered. So I'm not stressing, and that's what we want for you. We want you to have full coverage of, hey, I can handle things. I'm not worried because I have 6 months of expenses. But if you can do 3, do 3. But figure it out. Figure out your number, start saving. Now that you're out of debt, start using that money that you were using on your debt. Throw every red cent at this emergency fund. And before you know it, it will be built up fast. But you gotta do it, and you gotta be persistent and consistent and do what you can. Just pretend that it's part of your debt and just keep going with all the extra money that you found prior to paying on debt. Use all that extra money to build this emergency fund. This is the account that's going to let you sleep peacefully at night. Step 6, now that you're out of debt, yay, and you have your fully funded emergency fund, yay. What I like to do is have a separate savings account. This savings account is for small emergencies that pop up. It's for a vacation. It's for whatever you want it to be. Now, one time I had my savings account built up to $10,000, and I had to use that whole entire savings account to buy a new car. My car died, and I used that $10,000 to go and buy a used car. And I still have that car to this day. I love it so much. But what I'm getting at is I didn't have to tap into my emergency fund. That's still intact. So if my car went out and my roof went out and my hot water tank needed replaced, like everything hit me at once, I wouldn't have to wipe out my whole entire emergency fund. I could grab it from here and there because I was prepared. I set myself up. So I like to have a separate savings account. Now, if I don't use all that money that I've been throwing in the savings account, and I don't use it, and we all decide, you know what, we're going on a vacation. We have the money. And then you can just pay for your vacation outright in full. And of course, now you have to start over and save for that savings account again, but you have it. You have to enjoy life, enjoy that money. Or if you want to do a little Black Friday shopping with that extra savings account, it's your money, it's your savings account. It's extra. It's that extra cushion that I like to have. Now, you don't need to have this, but I like that extra protection. So I highly recommend having that separate savings account just for whatever you need for your family. Step 7 is bump up your retirement plan. So I have a 401k plan at work, but I also have a separate IRA account at a different firm. I tend to put more money in my 401k because it's just easier. I can adjust my check and it's just automatically in there. I don't even have to think about it. But I highly recommend that if you're out of debt, you've got your account, your savings account, and your emergency account all lined up, bump up that retirement if you can, because before you know it, it's going to be retirement time. So I highly recommend 10 to 15% or even more, especially if you're behind. If you're behind in life and you need to bump it up and you can afford it, bump it. Throw it in there now. Compound interest, yes, okay. But for the details on your retirement fund, please take a minute to talk to somebody that is an expert in this field and they can direct you in the right direction. All I know is I personally recommend 10 to 15%, and Dave Ramsey recommends 15% once you're out of debt. But if you can do even more, my gosh, yeah, do it. Now, if you are actually on this step now, congratulations, because you're doing amazing. Now you can start putting extra money on that mortgage or putting money aside for your kids. You don't have to fully fund your kids' future, but to put something aside to help out is always nice. Anything that you can do helps. Just think of all the extra money you'll have if you were to pay off your mortgage. I highly recommend paying off the mortgage first, if you can, pay off the mortgage first, then put money aside for your kids' future. Like I said, you don't need to fully fund their future, but to give them a nice head start would be wonderful. Okay, now let's talk about the fun. Like I promised, there's always fun when it comes to money. Here's my confession. When I was paying off debt and then saving for my emergency fund, I was too strict on myself. We never did any extra spending. We didn't do anything. Every little cent went to our debt and our emergency fund because that's what I felt like that's what I had to do. I was obsessed and I had to throw it. I couldn't stop. I couldn't allow myself any fun because that was my goal. That was my mission. And that's okay for me. That's just how I am and it worked for me. But it won't work for most people because you are probably going to get burnt out after a while. So here's what I recommend instead. Give yourself a fun money budget. If you love eating out, instead of doing it 3 times a week, maybe do it 1 time a week. So you're not depriving yourself, you're still able to eat out, but those other 2 times that you would normally eat out, take that money and put it on your debt or your fund, your emergency fund. Do whatever you can with that extra money, but you're still eating out. You're still able to have that 1 time a week, but you're still able to eat out once a week. Just take that extra money and put that right towards your goals. And if there's 2 adults in the house, maybe give each adult your own set amount of fun money for the week. So maybe it's $50, but make sure you both agree on that amount and don't take any more out of the account. If it's $50, then it's $50. You do what you want with that $50, and then I do what I want with the $50. You cannot judge or say anything. That's your spending money for the week. That's your fun money. So if that's what you agree upon, go with that. And if that's the amount you both agree on, then make sure you stick with it and put any extra money onto your debt. The more money you put onto your goals now, the quicker you're going to get to your freedom. Then you can really splurge. I want to tell you a quick story about when we were paying off debt and getting our emergency fund filled up. Once we completed that, we started on our savings account. And I had a goal in mind because we were talking about getting married at the time and going on a honeymoon. And I was like, I would love to go on a honeymoon. Like we're going somewhere. Like we are gonna take a large vacation because we will never probably do it again. So let's live it up. Let's go. So we decided we would love to book a vacation, a honeymoon to Jamaica, an all-inclusive resort for a week. We were doing it up. We were out of debt and we had an emergency fund and we were splurging. So we did it. We did it all. But we saved for it first. We knew, we played around on the internet. We knew around how much it was going to cost us. And so we didn't book anything. We didn't reserve anything. We saved the money and we threw it into our savings account. And when we had close to what we thought it was going to be, then we went online. Then we booked it. And we had all the money to pay for this honeymoon. So we paid for it. We did it. And as we were in Jamaica, floating around in the water with a drink in our hand, we were just like, clink, cheers, because this honeymoon, this vacation, is paid in full. And that was like the best feeling. We had all the money saved for our souvenirs. We had money set aside for tips or, getting us home and getting us there, like all the extra food and snacks that we knew that we might be spending on, or even just the gas to the airport. We saved for it all. We did not owe anything when we got home. We put nothing. Oh, we did use the credit card. We did use the credit card to pay for it. We did use the credit card when we had to buy a purchase or food, but I was able to pay it all off the next day. I had all the money saved. So that's what I'm getting at. If you can line up your life with these accounts, get out of debt now, have these accounts ready to go, your life just becomes simpler and calmer and more wealthy. You're going to be more wealthy. Don't you want that? I want that for you because it's an amazing feeling. So all these steps that I talk about in today's video are not to deprive you in any way, but they're to get you to your beach in peace. My extra little tip of the day is a credit card is not your enemy. You can use it and use it wisely, but you have to be smart about it. Make sure you have the money before you swipe. Why are you buying this? And do you have the money to pay for it? If you had to pay for it the same day, you do? Okay, use it and then make your payment. But if stop yourself, and if you don't have the money, you don't have the money in your checking account right now, do not use that credit card, because how are you gonna pay for it? So use your credit card wisely. Don't let it work against you. This is how you enjoy life without going backwards. So what step are you on? Let me know in the comments below. And thank you so much for spending time with me this week. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any more great videos. And I will see you all next week.